Which one should we buy, a plot or a residential apartment? Welcome viewers to PallabTalks. Now in this video we shall look into the details that which one should we buy, and there has been a lot of videos in the YouTube. They show different aspects, but in this video I shall show you my own experience. Okay. Now I have created one slideshow, and in that slideshow I shall show you different aspects. Okay. Now let's go into the next slide. Okay. Now in the next slide, which one should you choose? Okay, now the different perspectives are, people say that which one will give growth in capital, the amount which you have spent on buying that either land or that apartment. Then would you have freedom to choose the design? Then how much rental will come, and what is the security? Okay, what kind of amenities the buyer will get, and the plot ownership. Now these are the different various point of views YouTubers show that if you buy a plot or if you buy a apartment, then what are the points that you need to keep in your mind. Okay. Now I have seen most of the YouTubers, they prefer, they make a video around these main topics, around these given topics actually. Now in the next video I will show you, I will tell you what kind of process we go through. Okay. Now, in the year 2001 and 2002, my dad had bought a plot. Okay, it's a long way back. Now I have seen what kind of struggles he has went through. So first he searched what are the authentic plots that are available. Now when he could find an authentic plot, then he would go to that owner. Now this happens multiple times. He will go to each and every owner if there are around 2-3 to sell plots. Now once the plot is targeted, then he used to go to the owner and to check whether those documents are correct or not. Once that is finalized, then he ran multiple times to the RI office or the Tahsildar office. Okay. Now the RI office and Tahsildar office was not in a nearby place. Okay. He has to ride around 10 to 15 kilometers to reach that office. Now this was a rural area story. Okay. Now in rural area, banks are also limited. When banks are limited, you will get limited loans because there will be no competition. So let's say there is SBI, and if you go in SBI, then you know what happens in SBI. The process is very long, and sometimes you will not get loan even if you are eligible. Okay, my dad used to work in Tata company, but multiple times he has to run to the bank, and sometimes he has to take some other ways to convey the message. Okay. Now these are the process, or these are the steps to buy a plot. Okay, minimum. Okay. Now in the next step, after you have bought a plot, now you have to build a house. Now again, to build a house, you have to take multiple permissions from the RI office. You have to take multiple permissions from the municipality office. You have to run for the architect, and in rural areas the architect, they are of some another level. What kind of design they will give, even that is very a skeptical thing. Now once you come across, or once you have got the design, now you will hunt for the contractor or the builder. Okay. Now different builder will quote different charges. Now even if you fixed one builder, when your actual building work will start, workers will not come. They will bunk the work. They will take money, but they will not come. And if they are working properly or not, the owner has to go and check, not the contractor, that they are giving proper water to the building, they are giving proper, they have put proper foundation for the building or not. So all those things the owner has to carry out. Okay, the owner has to look after. Now when the structure of a building has been built, then again you will run for the plumber, you will run for the electricians. All those things are done. Then you have to install your own power backup, because you are building a house on your own plot, okay, from scratch. Okay, there is no one to help. Now if one of these guys don't come, then you have to have a backup of plumber 2 or electrician 2, and again they might not come, then your work will get delayed for indefinite time. Now in our case, when the work started in the month of mostly in the summertime, suddenly when rain came, there we were digging an well, that water supply system, because in rural areas municipal water was not there during that time in the year 2001 2002. Suddenly when rain came, the well collapsed, then again started from scratch digging of well, because if you will have no well, then there will be no water in your house. And forget about house, you cannot build the house without water, because how many times you will bring water tanker. Okay, so that is not an option. Okay, now once your house is built on that plot, then comes the house maintenance. From A to Z, everything the owner has to maintain, or owner has to run. Window planes, grills, cementing the front area, back area, if there is some water leakage in the roof, painting, cementing, everything owner has to do. Plumbing work, if the plumber is absent, because you will call a plumber, he might not come immediately, so you should have those instruments, those wrenches, screwdrivers, everything in your house, so that you can do some of the stuff. So your actual productive work is being wasted for maintaining that house. And for our previous generation, for our dad, for our uncles, this was quite okay, because their jobs were stable and they used to spend their time in doing this stuff. So I have seen this kind of thing to be happened in my house. Even my dad is very much fond of doing this kind of stuff, and I am sure the viewers, your fathers, your uncles, they are also willing to do this job. Okay, now house maintenance is one problem. Okay, now what are the pros and cons of a plot? Okay, look, when YouTubers they analyze that which one should you buy, plot or flat, what is the problem with a plot? Plots are very much far away from the city. Okay, because the prime plots or the sellable plots are not present in the prime location of the city, or nearby to the houses, nearby to the hospitals. All the plots, all the empty plots, or the plots which you can buy, relatively cheaper plots, they are far away from the city centers. Okay, but again, plots will give you the freedom to build a house of your own will, of your own design, but it will take away that proximity factor. Your plot will be far away from offices, so again you have to travel a long distance to reach to a office, or to reach to a hospital, or the markets will not be nearby. Okay, and if you don't have your personal vehicles, or for some reason your personal vehicle is not working, so you have to have some other vehicle to do that job. In case of emergency, if your personal vehicle doesn't work, then there is a problem. One of my friend, he bought a house that was quite far away from where the place I live. They don't have proper internet connection also. Okay, so this kind of problems are there, but again uh, they negate this kind of problems by saying that the land is ours, so that, I mean, no one can claim on our land. Okay, so these are the pros and cons of a plot. Now what are the pros and cons of a apartment? Now apartment, the biggest problem is you can't change the design. Okay, apartment, now when a builder builds an apartment, it is very much near to the city. Let's say one builder, he has got around 22 acres or 20 acres of land. Now in that 20 acres of land, he can build two towers around 30 floor each. So in that case, the price gets cheaper, but again the buyers, they will not have any dedicated land. That facility is there in the plot. But with the apartment, as it is nearby to the city center, going to office, going to hospital, going to school, it is much more easier. And there are a lot of amenities like engineers, plumbers, electricians. They are just one call away from the service. Okay, if you run into a problem, you don't have to think that, okay, I need to call to the engineer. That is not the case uh, with the apartment. Okay, now coming back to the why we need gated apartment. Now see, in India, the biggest problem is that Indian cities are not planned. As Indian cities are not planned, there are a lack of park, there are lack of kids play area, power backup is not there. If you don't have, if you are busy, or if you are sick, you can easily get house help services. Okay. Now there is one big problem which people don't share. That is a language barrier. In apartment complex, you will get people from all over the India. They're staying together. So if you are a Hindi speaking guy, obviously you will get around 10 to 20 families or more who can understand your language. But that is not the case with a single uh, building apartment. Now, why this is important? See, anyhow, a guy from North India who is staying in Bangalore or who is staying in Hyderabad, he or she can't, even if he learns Telugu or Kannada, he or she can't be pro. And from the name, people can easily identify that you are a Telugu or you are a Kannadiga. And when this discrimination comes, automatically conversation will go down, and the relationship will not take a space. Okay. Now ultimately what will happen? The families will feel lonely. But in case of apartment, as the apartment is full of families from every corner of India, that loneliness you will not feel. In the evening, kids will go out and play in their park. You can have a walk. There are grass lawns. There will be a temple. There will be a small supermarket. So everything you will get inside one apartment complex. So that's why people, they go for apartment complex to buy, even if that is much more expensive than buying a plot. Again, if someone builds a house, then all this maintenance, it comes around of similar price. But in the first glance, it seems that plots are much cheaper. But gated apartment gives you much more facility of talking to each other, facility of making friends. You will feel a livelihood. I have lived in a place where it was a township, so I know what it feels. There will be a park there. There will be a small supermarket. There will be a small bakery. There will be a hospital. Everything inside one township. So you can get that kind of vibes inside a gated apartment. But that is not the case with an individual building, or up or someone who has built a house on the plot. So that's the reason why people go for gated apartment. And all those arguments, when people say that when you buy a plot, it gives you an freedom to design your own house, all the points are correct. Now it is all depends on which person is giving important on which factor. Now for me, as I have seen build the struggles of building a house, I will not go into that route again. The persons who haven't struggled, they will again try to build one house. But for me it is not possible. So it's quite okay to build a house from scratch, and it is also okay to build a to buy an apartment. Okay, please let me know in the comment section below what you have felt about this video, and please give your inputs so that I could improve my videos more in the coming days. Okay, so please subscribe PallabTalks. Till then, goodbye. Thank you.